Coming up on Hunter News Now, graduating seniors will hear from a very special commencement speaker this year. We'll tell you who it is.
And we'll see how Hunter did its part to celebrate Earth Day with the help of the Sustainability Project Group.
And the inside scoop on who your new USG President is. All that and more on Hunter News Now. Welcome to this first ever live broadcast of Hunter News Now. I'm Caitlin Munson.
And I'm Alexandra Alley.
Some very big news for the 4,000 Hunter students graduating this month. Hunter College has just announced this year's commencement speaker is former Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton. Secretary Clinton will be honored with the college's inaugural Eleanor Roosevelt Distinguished Leadership Award, which recognizes her remarkable achievements in public service. This year's commencement ceremony will be Wednesday, May 29th at Madison Square Garden. Every graduate can get up to 4 tickets for family and friends, so make sure to reserve your tickets today.
If you're not graduating, it's time to think about renewing your Excelsior Scholarship, and we have a change to tell you about. New York State has raised the family income level for the scholarship to $125,000 or less. Students who qualify can receive up to $5,500 towards their tuition. But the scholarship does not serve as many CUNY students as you might think. According to the Center for an Urban Future, only 20% of these scholarships go to CUNY students, although they account for almost 40% of all undergraduate enrollment in state schools. Hunter is actually one of the only CUNY schools with more than 3% of students awarded the scholarship. Both SUNY and CUNY are pushing for legislative leaders to make changes that will ensure more students benefit from the Excelsior. Hunter joined the worldwide celebration of Earth Day last week with its annual Hunter Goes Green Week. The activities were organized by the Sustainability Project, the College Sustainability Committee, and the Green Initiative Fund. The celebration raises awareness about environmental issues affecting the planet while offering students ways to reduce their individual footprint. Cesar Perez has more about this year's week-long celebration.
Broken syringe. I think it's trash. No. That's why when you go to the doctors, they have that special thing.
This is just one of the many things you can learn during Hunter Goes Green Week. Through board games like this, students can test their knowledge about recycling and learn about ways to reduce their carbon footprint.
For printer toners, you need to send them out, which is, I think a great fact because we use the library and, a lot of us have printers at home, and it's always great to learn these new things about ways we can be more productive.
The Hunter Goes Green Week is the brainchild of the Hunter Sustainability Project, a student-led club that works year-round to promote greener and more sustainable ways of living on and off campus. It recommends switching to fluorescent bulbs, taking shorter showers, and reusing water bottles.
A lot of people who we encounter who are already really into this kind of thing, kind of looking to take the next step. In that case, there's some advice like stop eating meat altogether.
Another sponsor is the Green Initiative Fund, which offers student grants to develop sustainable initiatives.
Put together the application, which is just a few pages that make sure that the project is feasible, it's going to have an impact on the Hunter community.
This year, one grand winner project is Been There, Recycle That, a mobile app game that challenges players to recycle many different kinds of waste as fast as possible.
It also provides a waste dictionary and explanations on what and why things aren't recyclable.
By the end of the week, I learned that individual actions can have a great impact in reducing global carbon footprint. So I tested my newly acquired knowledge.
And now I'm going to claim the prizes that I won while playing the game. Thank you. For Hunter News Now, Cesar Perez.
To learn more and be part of next year's celebration, visit the website hunter.cuny.edu/huntergreen.
It's not official just yet, but Hunter College students have elected a new USG president. Kemal Pret Carr, a junior in community health, is expected to be the new undergraduate student president. The winners of the election have not been formally announced because of what's known as an appeal period. That's in case anyone disputes the results. But once that's over, the results will be confirmed by the Student Election Review Committee, and it will be official. Barring any last-minute appeal, Carr will take office on July 1st. Hunter News Now Maria Luisa Mbachi spoke to Carr about the election and her priorities while in office.
President-elect Kamalpreet Kaur is ready to take on her new responsibilities and confident that her team will make a difference on campus.
Everyone who's been elected, they all have that passion, they all have motivation to make a change, so I'm definitely really excited to see where we'll go.
One of her first priorities is to make sure clubs have all the resources and facilities they need.
Things that are going wrong in the room, with the wall peeling, the ceiling peeling, or there being holes in the floor. So definitely seeing that firsthand has made me want to do something to help change that.
Hunter Hero Comics Club member Mafon Kester David, a media studies major, hopes the new USG president and her team will help restore lost funding.
Hope for the new student government, the better treatment of clubs. Like, I'm just hoping that they treat our clubs a little better than what's been going on recently, especially what's happened to my club right now since half our pay got cut a little bit. So I'm just hoping to treat all the clubs better, not just mine, but everyone else's clubs too.
Wei Young-sha, a nutrition and food services major student, would like the USG leaders to set a more positive tone on campus.
With this new e-board that's been elected, I'd like to see more events for the school throughout the year.
The new president made concerns to engage with student body and establish avenue for students to communicate their concerns. If you would like to learn more, you can head over to the North Building, room 121. I'm Maria Luisa Mbachi with Hunter News Now.
Coming up after the break, we'll introduce you to our Scholar Athlete of the Week. You'll find out how he stays on track both in and out the classroom.
We'll also listen in on a piano class that only few Hunter students can master.
And stay tuned as we meet a talk show host who is not afraid to keep his feelings in his bag.
We'll be right back. Time for sports and a roundup of how the Hawks did this season. Hunter College men's tennis made it to the CUNYAC semifinals, but lost to #1 seed Baruch College. The team wraps up this year with 4 wins and 9 losses, and despite the tough season, the players are looking forward to returning to the court next year. The women's track and field team is still going strong. They competed in the Tom Farrell Classic at St. John's University last Saturday. The squad performed well and posted several personal bests and top 15 performances. And those track and field stars aren't quite done yet for the season. This Sunday, they will make a run for the CUNYAC Championships held at Icon Stadium. As for Hunter's softball team, the women wrapped up their season following a tough loss against the College of Staten Island in the CUNYAC finals. The final score was 9-6. But later today, they will have a chance to hit it out of the park at the ECAC Championships. Go Hawks!
Now it's time to meet a star athlete who has a work ethic both on and off the track. Glenn Kalaku is a Macaulay Honors student who is also on the men's track and field team. Hunter News Now reporter Alonzo Espinoza spent the day on the run with Kalaku, who's our Scholar Athlete of the Week.
I like the competition aspect. It's one thing to stay in shape, but I really like the fact that you can achieve something and it's very measurable as opposed to just being in the gym day in and day out. Sometimes just about grinding and trusting the process. My name is Glenn Kalaku. I'm 22 years old. I'm a nutrition and food science major. So I started track in middle school around 7th grade. My dad used to do track and he got me into high jump. So I've been doing that for about 6 or 7 years intermittently now. I didn't know that Hunter had a track team until sophomore year, so I missed out on 1 year of college track, but it's been a great experience. I learned that it's a much bigger commitment than I used to make it. When I was younger, It used to be just part of something I did, but I've had to really focus on eating better, sleeping a longer time, exercising more to really excel in track at a college level. Physically, it's been a little more difficult because I have to balance my classes along with my exercise, but financially it's been a big help. Macaulay's helped me a lot, and I haven't had to work except for odd jobs here and there for some personal money, but I haven't had to pay tuition, which has been a really big help for me. When it comes to my teammates, I'm sure they'll at times hate me for it, but on Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. when everybody's a little bit sluggish and groggy, I like to just pump up, yell, scream, clap, whatever it is, try to get everybody up, keep that morale up, because the last thing you want to have is a boring practice. So this is actually my first year making ECACs. It's like an Eastern Conference championship. It's by qualifications, so the first year that I actually made the height, and hopefully this weekend I'll be making the distance for discus. Coach, every single week he winds up sending us a little email about how some kind of anecdote about zebra and a lion at times, or how about you could be the hunted or you could be the hunter. It's about just getting after it and not being a passive person in your own life. I've been thinking about even perhaps being a coach in the future. I'll have to see how the cards fall. Hardest part being a coach would have to be dealing with people. Anyone can make a program, but getting people to follow it and managing injuries, managing people is probably the hardest part. So I'm going to physical therapy school, and starts on June 3rd. So for the next 3 years, I'll be at Hunter. I spent 4 years at Hunter, and basically 7 years total towards the end of it.
From the track to the concert hall, Hunter's music department welcomed students to a piano masterclass in the Lang Recital Hall last week. Aspiring virtuosos like Tristan Gonzalez performed a work of their choice from a variety of 19th century composers, including Liszt, Chopin, and Mendelssohn. The class, hosted by Hunter College professor Kuni Nagayu, introduced students to special guest pianist and music professor from Sacramento State, Richard Cianco, who offered each student a critique and words of encouragement.
You don't see it. I like what you did. Okay? Teaching here is fantastic, clearly because the students did a great job.
Our students practice so hard. We're so proud of them.
Yeah.
We're so dedicated, and we thank you for bringing your expertise and your wonderful encouragement to them as well, and your inspiration.
Among his many accomplishments, Cianco was praised by the New York Times for his sensitive pianism. And once the semester ends, he plans to return to Italy, where he teaches every summer.
If you're not into classical music, you can tune into a show called In My Bag on Hunter College's radio station, WHCS. Senior Michael Waxman hosts the show that talks about issues facing young adults. Hunter News Now reporter Marjolin Ramos spent the day with Waxman for this behind-the-scenes look at his show, In My Bag.
Welcome to episode 4 of In My Bag. I am your host, Michael Waxman, as always. Welcome back. Hope everybody had a good week.
I host a radio show called In My Bag on Friday mornings at 11:30.
The oppression we face now, you see it with LGBT people, you see it with women's rights and abortion and stuff like that.
And what I tend to do is I tend to relate those issues back to just like our emotions and how we process information. And ultimately, my show is just based around like reflecting, trying to like work on yourself, you know, and just how we can all be better people, you know? I take it very seriously, you know, this is a great opportunity for me, and I definitely make the most of it. I promote on social media, I upload footage to SoundCloud, you know, I have visuals and stuff like that. So definitely, like, this is definitely a project I want to keep working on and do in the future. So I do play music that's trending, but it's more so just what I'm listening to at the moment, however I'm feeling.
I'm going to get into it with my guests in a little bit, introduce them and all that.
I honestly bring on anybody that I admire, that I feel like has a good outlook on life and is just doing something admirable. I'm not doing my radio show when I'm at Hunter. I'm usually just, you know, here in the computer lab doing homework or studying in the library. I'm a senior, and I'm really trying to graduate, and I have a lot of work that I gotta do. When they're done listening to my show, what I hope they take away from it is whatever they need to, honestly. Whatever message, however they interpret my words, in a way that, like I said before, you know, helps them become a better person, or just helps them, you know, have a more positive outlook on life. That's all I could really ask for.
Thank you so much for listening We're gonna be back this week. Bye.
Coming up next, we'll hear what it's really like living in our off-campus dorms in this week's edition of Hunter Students Speak.
And finals fever is here. Find out how Hunter is helping students to take breaks, relax, and have a little fun this final season. Stick around.
While Hunter is mostly a commuter campus, students do have the option of living in 4 off-campus dorms located on 92nd Street, 97th Street, 79th Street, and 25th Street at the Brookdale campus. While some of those dorms are new or newly renovated, students say the Brookdale campus comes up short compared to all the Upper East Side options. Hunter News Now reporter Annie Murphy checked out the Brookdale dorms, which are home to nearly 600 students. She heard firsthand what the residents think in this edition of Hunter Students Speak.
I like living in Brookdale sometimes. Sometimes I don't.
My experience at Brookdale has been good overall, I would say, but it does have its ups and downs.
Yeah, I like it, but I know that
I live on the 13th floor, so I live right next to the balcony. So it'd be really nice to have fresh air, but you can never open the doors because they're locked.
The elevators are broken a whole lot of the time, so we wish that that would change.
The bathrooms could be cleaned more often, and the mailroom could be open more, possibly be student run and open on the weekends to allow people with jobs in school to get their packages.
It's definitely the cheapest way to live in Manhattan. It's in a pretty good location, even if it is a bit far from the subway. But it's very strict and not very well maintained.
I do like living here. I think it's a privilege to be living in the city, especially when I live farther away.
Sometimes the temperature just sucks. I've been here in the summer. Not too many people have been here in the summer. In the summer, this place is awful.
I'd make the elevators
I was
work.
just about to say that.
I'd get rid of the cockroaches. I'd make the fire alarm
Make sure that
not as loud and not go out.
Make sure that the toilets aren't clogged.
That's a good one. The showers are clean. Make sure there's no hair in the drain.
It's a very old building, so there are definite issues. Sometimes the sink does not work. The laundry machines are a bit old, and things like that.
I would say on the most part it's okay living here and that the issues are they're livable, I guess.
yeah, I like it, but I know that.
And finally, it's finals week. Last Wednesday, the Office of Student Activities hosted Finals Fever, a week of events to help students take a break from studying, relax, and have fun. A carnival which took place in the West Lobby was free and open to all Hunter students. There were stations for airbrush t-shirts, Stuff-A-Bear, a cartoonist, and snacks, including popcorn, cotton candy, and smoothies. Students like Kim Cox say it's a great way to wind down before exams.
I mean, I'm really enjoying the free stuff here. Like they're giving out a lot of free stuff, and I appreciate it a lot. Free cotton candy and popcorn helps students like realize that even though these are important, like you need to take a break and have some fun.
Other events included massage therapists, games, and DIY projects, which all had big turnouts. So Kate, we're both graduating in a few weeks. Congratulations.
Oh, same to you.
What are you going to miss most about being at Hunter?
Anchoring with you on HNN.
Stop, you're going to make me cry.
Well, that's all for this season of Hunter News Now. A big thank you to our tech guru, Peter Jackson, and his tech turns for all their hard work this semester, and to Cecil McCarthy, our news editor and the director of the journalism program.
And of course, to all of you for watching. Follow us on social media at #HunterJourn on Twitter and at HunterJourPGM on Instagram for all the journalism program news and when to expect a new season of Hunter News Now.